I fucked up by even acknowledging y'all bitch niggas. Keep your mouth shut when you speaking to me. Your bitch is sleeping with me. Nigga, I beat it for free. She said you needin' a fee. All that I'm being is me. Niggas be sleeping on me, so what they'll be dreaming of me? These bitch niggas is my groupies, they try to be just like me. I like coochie, they act like LGBTQ dudes be just putting extras on it. Like movies, I like Tootie. Kelly Bundy, I like Rudy. When she got older, that bitch bad, I like Judy. From Family Matters, she did porn, I like Tootsie. Topanga getting smashed, her lips was quite juicy. Facts. I'm sure you could tell I'm an 80s baby. Yes, sir. I fuck so much I should have 80 babies. Yes, sir. Only lady I call babies my lady. Any lady that'll play me is crazy. I was thinking that it gotta be hard for y'all to recognize that I'm that nigga and that y'all not that nigga and that you'll never be that nigga. I slap a nigga in his fucking face and watch his mask fall off. He's a fucking fake. He's a fucking snake. You don't get bitches, you take pictures with prostitutes, nigga. Give me a fucking break. These goofy niggas on the internet, they be all into that. I'm where the winners at. Niggas be losing, that's why they trying to prove they getting that's wondering who I'm fucking. Your girl and tell you I'm hitting that. Niggas be like, yo, he's different. Just cause I ain't say your name don't mean I'm sneak dissing. Let's be clear, I'm dissing you, but I don't want niggas to know your name, my nigga, keep listening. You're a nobody, you hear no probably. From every chick you know, you want nobodies. That's how you like them hoes. Have me on your show and acted just like them hoes, biatch. I was thinking that you guys just gotta accept your losers. Cause everybody can be a winner. Real talk. Yo, what's up? What's poppin'? What's good? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chats. Shout out to everybody in the building who we got up in here. Shout out to Navin, Ronnie Granades, Unique 79 in the motherfucking building. What's going on? Who else we got? We got Money Mitch in the building. We got my dude Joe Blast in the building. We got April motherfucking MC in the building with your sexy ass girl. What's going on with you? Shout out to, let me put in the tip, hilarious. Shout out to Kings Ramsey, who was good. TMJ, what's popping? Call me Jay, what up? Soulmonger, Hakeem, what's good? Who else got here? 360 Leaky, what's going on? Certified Tyrone, 50 Fits well. Shout out to everybody. What's going on, people? So, guys, remember, I'm telling y'all, February, or I should say February. April is going to be here sooner than you think. So make sure that you guys go and get tickets to the Game Kings 2 seminar, Definition of a Man seminar. Make sure you guys click the link below so you can get that shit correct.
You don't just get the fucking privilege of being pretty in my world. No, I decided.
Women are allowing most guys to earn the pussy instead of you allowing her to earn your non-sexual attention.
A woman is beautiful, bro. I'm the one that put her in position to shine.
At Game Kings 2 is where you guys need to make sure you get the joints. Make sure you guys go and, make that happen. So the call-in number is 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901 is the number. So you guys can hit that number up if you want to call in. That's the number right there. And I got the Skype popping up. So if you want to call, hit that. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat and we'll get that going. All right. So real quick, see this video right here. I titled it, Why You Need to Spend Money to Get Sex. Okay. Why you need to spend money to get sex. Now, I'm not saying you actually need money to get sex if you actually have game. I'm talking about there's guys who actually need to spend money to get sex because they have weak ass game. So this is why they have to spend money. You see what I'm saying? And I've talked about this before, but I want to break this down a little more so guys can actually get it, because there's guys who actually believe that there's no way in hell to actually get a woman to want you to deal with you, to have sex with you, to fuck with you, unless you're spending some type of money, right? And those guys actually need money because they don't understand the game. They don't understand themselves. They don't understand why a chick would want to fuck them, all these other things, right? And I'm also asking the question, can you smash for $0, right? Can you smash a chick? Can you have sex with a woman? Can you fuck a girl and not spend any money at all? Like, you're going on no dates. You're not spending a dime, not a quarter, not a nickel, not a penny. You're spending nothing. Can you smash chicks for $0? And for most guys, they can't. You understand? And I'm gonna break that down, but I'm gonna also break down how you do smash a chick for $0, how you actually make this go down, right? Now, the problem with talking about this topic is what happens is guys don't understand that there's levels to the game. Shout out to my dude Miles in the building. Shout out to my dude Miles. Let me take this shit off. It's fucking, I'm hot up in this piece. I gotta take this shit off. I gotta take this shit the fuck off. It's getting hot in this bitch. So the thing you gotta understand is that there's levels to this. And shout out to Alan Roger Curry, because he did a video a while ago where he was talking about this in a sense where he was saying, there's certain guys who basically, I'm paraphrasing, he's saying there's certain guys who they need a, wine and dine a chick, take her out on a bunch of dates, get to know her, call her on the phone, chat back and forth, do all this other shit and stretch it out. And then at some point they might get some sex. Then you have the guys on that end of the spectrum. Then you have guys who are just straight up tricking. They're just like, let me just pay some money. I'll be able to have sex with this girl. Hopefully she'll just give me the sex. I'll give her the money, and then that's it. Then you have guys on over here who have game where they can meet a woman and within a couple of hours, they'll fuck her, right? So I want you to ask yourself this question. And this is something that Eris, he was kind of talking about. He's like, can you meet a woman and have sex with her within 2 hours? Think about that. Can you meet a random woman on the street, at a bar, at a club, at an event, online, whatever it is, right? Can you meet this woman and smash within 2 hours? Can you do this? Now, for most guys, the answer is no. For most guys, they think that this could never happen. Shout out to K Zaggin in the building. He said, can you smash without spending cash? Can you fuck without coming off a buck? Can you offer your dick without having to trick? That's a fact. So most guys have never been in a situation where they were able to have sex with a woman that quickly. You understand what I'm saying? They were never in a situation where they were able to really, really make that happen. So to some guys, that seems impossible. To some guys, that seems like cap. It's like, nigga, Locario, fuck out of here. You can never just meet a woman and smash in 2 hours or less than that. It's impossible. Now, the reason why some guys would think it's impossible is because, one, they never done it. But two, it's because of their mindset, and it's because of how they come at situations when it comes to the dating game, right? In their mind, there is no way that a woman would do this. And the reason why they think that is because they've never been the guy that women were extremely sexually attracted to, right? So if you are the guy that a woman has never been, you've never had a woman like that attracted to you, then this sounds crazy to you because that's not part of your world. But if you're the type of guy who's had women who are that attracted to you and who want to fuck you quickly, then saying, hey, can you fuck a girl in 2 hours? He's like, yeah, I've done that plenty of times. This is nothing. This is some shit that happens often, right? Now, think about this. See, you have a guy over here who has to trick, who has to go overseas, who has to, you know, buy a chick gifts, wine and dine to get sex. Then you have a guy over here who gets sex in 2 hours. You see what I'm saying? It's a wide gap. But let me see who's calling right here. Who's this on at 872? 872 is popping. Who this?
This is Sylvester from Los Angeles, 45.
What up, bro? Did you donate though?
Yes, I did.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, I was listening to what you're talking about. You know, the thing is, I've done it before. I've done it a few times. It's going to be embarrassing what I'm about to say, but I forgot how to do it.
You forgot how to do what?
You know, I've met chicks within 2 hours and done it. I've done it a couple of times, but I forgot how to do it.
Hold on, let me.
I lost my mojo.
Hold on, I gotta hit this button real quick.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying.
Sounds like I am.
Come on, son.
No. It's not. No. Seriously, I've done it. I've done it at least twice.
Stop. Okay, give me the scenario. So what? So what happened in these scenarios when you done it twice? Give me both scenarios. What happened the first time it happened?
I mean, like in the past, I've done it, and it was like I had the confidence in that time. I was in a zone.
Tell me what exactly happened. I was at this spot. I talked to this girl. What happened?
I give an example. You know, I was at the library, and you know, and we start talking, and we tend to be interested in the same things, the same subject. And then it just carried on. The conversation carried on, and then I invited her for coffee, and then we went for coffee, and then we did this, and then within that 2 hour span, we end up, you know, making out, and then the rest, and blah 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 blah.
No, blah 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 blah. So you took her. You was at the library. Y'all was talking. You took her out for coffee. That sounds like more than 2 hours, bro.
I say it was maybe about you know, I say it was in that 2 hour frame. Trust me, I'm not lying.
Okay, so you was at coffee, y'all started kissing, and then how did it get to, you went to her place, she went to your place? How did that happen?
I think it was her place around the corner.
Okay, and so y'all went to her place around the corner and you smashed.
Yes, I did.
See, Money Mitch in the chat, he's saying 2 hours, library,
later,
coffee, dates, the math.
I'm not able to do it.
No, so what happened the second time it happened? Tell me the second time.
Another time I was at a club, and we was, you know, I met this chick at the bar, and, you know, it's funny, you know, at that time, again, I was in the zone again. I was cracking jokes. She was laughing at my jokes. And next thing you know, same thing. Went to her place, not that far.
No, you jump in steps, you jump in things. You don't go from a chick laughing. I need the play-by-play. I walked up to her. I said this. She said that. We had a drink. Then I said this, and then I started touching her hand, and we kissing. And but I need the play-by-play. Tell me.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened? I'm cracking jokes. Her friends laughing at my jokes also, and then next thing you know, we started, you know, to start winding down. The next thing you know, we I don't know the next thing. You got to tell me what the next thing is. If I was watching this on a movie screen, your life is a movie. I'm watching it. What is happening? So you said her friends was there. What her friends was doing? They was like, you know, they was doing various things. One, they was like dancing up on somebody else, or they was cracking. Someone was at the bar. The ones that were at the bar, they were laughing. How much friends she had with her? Maybe about 4 or 5.
Okay. So now you're talking to this girl, and then what are y'all talking about?
I was just cracking jokes. I was just like literally, you know, we were just like talking shit. And because I've been to that bar several times, she has seen me, you know, a few times, and I've seen her, but you know, at first.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying.
Bear with me on this one.
Caller.
But I mean, my question is,
no, caller. You
how
stop.
do I get back in that zone?
No, I need the rest of the story. So you're at the spot.
Okay.
Y'all are talking. What are y'all talking about? What do you say when you first approach her?
I noticed like what she's wearing this one little funny looking rose on her dress, and I started by making like a funny comment. And she thought it was real funny, and we started talking, and she said she just came from a friend's like wedding, and blah 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 blah. And we was talking about this and that, and we was talking about a lot of different things.
How long is y'all talking for?
I say about maybe 30, 40 minutes, I would say.
Okay, and then at what point did y'all leave the spot? Meaning, what did you say to her to leave the spot?
Well, I told her, I said, shit, I'm about to head out, blah, 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 blah.
Don't say blah, blah, blah anymore. I need to know the exact things you said. You said, so y'all were talking about whatever, she was laughing, and then you said, I'm about to head out, and then what happened?
And she said she's about to head out too because, she's kind of, bored and stuff like that. And then I don't know, something in me, I made a joke and said, you know what? We could be, I made a reference to like, I didn't come straight out with the whole sex thing. I just
caller.
Said,
okay, stop. I can't take it no more. I can't take it. Listen. Stop.
All right.
Stop lying.
No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
This is the thing.
It sounds like I'm lying, but I'm not lying.
So now
I can assure you I'm not lying.
Let's just go with your story and say you're not lying. Let's just go with this, right?
Okay.
Let's say you're not lying. And let's say these two situations happened, right? Now, what happened is that you was macking on accident if this actually happened, which means you're saying you forgot how to do it. The thing is, you never knew how to do it. Do you see what I'm saying?
I did both of those things by accident.
Yes, if that happened. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because first of all, if I'm saying to you, explain what happened, you should be able to explain to me what you did, and then I would be able to say, okay, yeah, I see that this happened because you did this. Everything you explained didn't give me a reason as to why it would happen like that. Now, if it did happen, this is why I'm saying it happened by accident, because you didn't actually have anything you did to make it happen. That's what I'm trying to say.
See, I believe it happened by accident, but my question is, how do I get to a point where I'm doing it on purpose instead of an accident?
Well, you got to know how to fucking talk to women. You got to know how to flirt. You got to know how to build sexual tension. You have to actually have game.
I mean, I'm able to do it, but I do it by accident from time to time.
No, you only said you did it twice, and you couldn't even explain what happened in the situations.
I know, right? So I guess those 2 times.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Either you're lying, and if you're not lying, you only did it by accident. So therefore,
I'm telling you, I did it by accident.
Right. So
but I want to be able to do it consistently on purpose.
The answer to your question is you need to learn how to talk to women so that you can make these situations happen. That's what I'm trying to say. You need to learn how to, you need coaching. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And so what I'm saying is with this topic, the reason why most guys have to spend money to do this is because the women aren't really that sexually attracted to those guys. The reason why women aren't really that sexually attracted to those guys is because they're not the type of guys who are that sexually attractive. Now, why are they not the type of guys that are sexually attractive? Because their game is weak. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
So what I'm saying is...
Well, I did do the first thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I did do one thing right. I did join the Bad Boy membership not too long ago.
When did you join the Bad Boy membership?
I believe it was early this month.
Okay, so you need... Listen. You need to stay on that shit for the rest of your goddamn life. because, bro...
Okay.
What are you talking... Listen, what I'm telling you is this, is that in order for, and this is what I'm talking about at the top of the show, when I say, can you smash for $0, right? The only way a guy is able to smash women for no money and consistently be able to do this is he needs to know how. You understand?
Yes,
Meaning,
exactly.
and this is exactly why I was asking you, what did you do? Because what I'm saying is that if you've done this multiple times, what that would mean is that you would be able to tell me what happened in each of these times. And what would happen is there's going to be something similar that happened in all these different times. You see what I'm saying? To get that result. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So what I'm trying to explain to guys
but I'm telling you,
that that's how it has to go.
I did it by accident.
No, I know you did it by accident. If it happened, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Do it by accident. I actually believe that.
Because if you didn't do it by accident, you would have known what you did to get it done. That's what I'm trying to say.
So I know I did it by accident, but what I'm saying is I need to do it because I know I did it by accident because I'm not consistent. But I need to be consistent.
Right, but also you need to know what you're doing to be consistent. You see what I'm saying? You're skipping over the part of the knowing what to do. That's what you need to know, because this is what I'm trying to get you to understand, right?
Yeah.
Check this out. If I gave you a camera and a laptop, right? Do you think you'd be able to make a movie if you don't know how to use the laptop or the camera?
That would be difficult.
Right, because you don't know what to do. So even though you have the equipment there to make a movie, because you don't know how to make a movie, you're not going to be able to make the movie because you don't know how to use a camera, you don't know how to use the laptop to edit, you don't know how to write a script, you don't know any of this stuff. So even though you have the stuff there, the tools, you don't know how to use it. And so that's what I'm saying, where in order for you to be consistent with getting a certain result, you need to know what you're doing. That's the point. That's the point of understanding the game when it comes to you using strategy to get a specific outcome. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and also I'm willing to also get coaching too. Also, I'm willing to do that.
Right. So so just hit me up on the back end, man, and we'll make it happen. All right.
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. Yeah, man. Listen, this one exactly what I'm talking about. See, what you guys have to understand is that when your game is not tight, you have to compensate with money. You have to compensate with time. So this is why I said where guys need to spend money, because if your game sucks, you need to spend money. You understand? This is why passport bros have to go overseas. It's because their game sucks, so they need to have money in order to get women. You see what I'm saying? It's really simple. The weaker your game is, the more you have to compensate. So what happens is that women say, okay, well, this guy is not really all that. So, hopefully he needs to take me out. He needs to talk to me more. He needs to give me more attention. He needs to take me out. He needs to buy me things. He needs to pay my rent, whatever the fuck it is. Now, when a guy has tight game, the woman is sexually attracted to him. So she sees value in him sexually. She sees value in that guy, which makes her say, damn, I want to have sex with this guy. Right? And she wants to have sex with him without him having to spend money. See, there's always a balance in the game. So the weaker your game is, the more you got to compensate with time, money, attention, all that other shit. The stronger your game is, then you don't have to spend money. You don't have to spend time. You don't have to do any of that shit. This is why I was saying, where can you hook up with a girl you just met in 2 hours? If you can do that, that means that your game is tight. She finds you sexually appealing. And this is why you're able to do it. Right? Now, if you're the average dude, you can't do this. You see what I'm saying? If you're the average dude, you're going to have to find other means to make it happen. Why do you think you got so many guys? Oh, these Western women are so fucked up. These Western women are crazy. And they're, insufferable. And they got attitudes and all this other stuff. Yes, that's true for those guys. It's true for those guys because their game is weak. So they have to deal with women who are going to come at them that way. The same woman who's being insufferable or having an attitude with that guy, she's going to be extremely cooperative with the guy who has tight game. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. It's that simple. It's not that complicated. But see, the thing is that, because even with the caller, this is why I was asking him, trying to get into detail, because based on what he's saying, right, I can tell if he's actually being truthful or not. And if he actually was being truthful, even though I think he was lying, right? Shout out to my dude, Mr. Man in Action and Building was popping, bro. But if he was lying and it did happen, I mean, if he wasn't lying and that actually did happen, that's because it happened on accident. Because what happens is if you have the skill and know-how to do this, then you can do this multiple times on a consistent basis. You understand? So I would go out, for example, with some of my friends. You go out to events, clubs, bars, meetup events, house parties, all this other shit, right? And 8 times out of 10, we'd go to a spot, we'd meet a chick, pull her out the spot, and then we're on our way to smash. You understand what I'm saying? Within 2 hours, right? So what happens is that a lot of guys don't know how to do this. But the thing is, we knew how to do this because we understood what to do. And then once we understood what to do, we just kept doing that thing we understood what to do. You understand? The thing we understood to do. You understand what I'm saying? So if I go to this spot or that spot and then I do this thing and I'm able to pull this chick, the next week I go to another spot, I'm able to pull this chick. I go to another place or another situation, I pull this chick. And all I'm doing is the same fucking thing I've been doing. You understand what I'm saying? I've been doing the same thing the whole time. I don't need to switch it up. I don't need to, reinvent the wheel. I just do the same fucking thing over and over and over and over. You understand? But most guys, because they have no game, they don't know what that thing is to do. But let me get, I think this is a monogamous player on the call. Hold on, let me get this real quick. All right, monogamous player, what's popping? Who this? Oh, I think
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Yeah, yes, sir, Mr. Corey. I donated.
Appreciate it. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My bad for calling early. I'm a little late to the show.
Oh, no, you good.
I actually have a comment from yesterday's show because after I called, there was another individual that called. Shout out to him.
Right.
But there were just some things that I disagreed on, and I think that's a big misinterpretation for a lot of guys out here in the dating game. Right.
Right.
See, you was basically trying to tell him that nobody is naturally monogamous.
Right.
And that's the truth. So even for me, with being in a monogamous relationship, if I was being my natural state like an animal, right, I wouldn't be monogamous.
Right.
But it's a choice. You see what I'm saying? But what you was trying to tell him is a lot of guys think that women are naturally monogamous. And what they get misconstrued is, yes, in a lot of cases, or it might seem when you talking about the general numbers or just a general perspective, yes, women might want a relationship, but just because you want a relationship don't necessarily mean that you want to be monogamous.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, for example, Mr. Lucario, when I was casually dating, a lot of my fuck buddies were still in pursuit of relationships. But guess what they was doing with me before they got into their relationships?
Exactly. It was
fucking me. You see what I'm saying? And I probably wasn't the only guy that they was fucking.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, before they became monogamous or before they got a relationship, their situation was non-monogamous or they wasn't being set on just one guy. Now, Mr. Lucario, I do agree. Women would like the top guy.
Right.
But just like how you say, aim for the stars, fall in the sky, women will fall in the sky. Just like with me, Mr. Lucario, of course, you would want to fuck a dime, but that don't mean that I wouldn't fuck a 7 with a fat ass.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So what are we talking? So what I'm trying to say is, yes, it might seem like women might be like the ones that really want a relationship, but just because you want a relationship doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be monogamous or that you actually being monogamous while searching for a relationship. Because as I said, all my fuck buddies, I let them know, y'all can search for a relationship. But as they were searching, they were still fucking me until they got into a relationship and then they transitioned.
Exactly.
But it wasn't like, oh, I'm not going to fuck you. I'm going to wait until the man of my life comes. Right. No, when they was horny, they would still hit me up knowing that I wasn't the man of their lives. You see what I'm saying? But what is your take on that, Mr. Lucario?
No, that's real shit. And the thing is really simple. Like, it's like this. If women were naturally monogamous, women would never cheat. Like, you would never hear a woman cheating. You would never hear of a woman cheating. Women cheating would not be a thing, because if you're naturally monogamous, then that means that would be your default of what you're actually doing. Because this is the thing. Yeah. People don't understand the term. See, if you say someone is faithful, right? That means that they are in their relationship, they're being monogamous to that person in that faithful monogamous relationship, which means they're not doing anything outside of relationship, which means they're faithful. Now, if you say someone is unfaithful or not faithful, what does that mean? That means they cheated. So by not being faithful, right, that means you are not being faithful, which means you're cheating. Now, if you say, because a caller the other day, he was like, oh, but she can still be monogamous, but she just cheated once or twice. I'm like, bruh, as soon as the woman cheats, she is non-monogamous, because what monogamy means is that it's that one union. So when you cheat, when you say non-monogamous, non means not. So therefore, as soon as you cheat, you are not monogamous. Just like as soon as you cheat, you're not faithful. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that for a woman to actually be naturally monogamous, she can't cheat. And we all know women cheat. So the discussion ends right there. I don't understand why dudes can't get this shit.
Right.
It's like crazy.
Right. And then also, Mr. Lucario, you and K. Zach actually broke it down maybe like a month or two ago, right? And y'all talked about being sexually monogamous and being socially monogamous. Right. Now, I do agree that you can be sexually non-monogamous, but still be monogamous socially. Right. So when you said monogamy is one union, right? So that's why, like, when I look at me and my girlfriend relationship, I don't focus on the sex. I focus on the building process. Right. So I remember you and K. Zach and y'all said that, some people get it misconstrued. Yes, you can be socially monogamous, meaning that you're not going to build with nobody else besides just one person. Right. But that don't mean that you're sexually monogamous. Exactly. It could mean that, but it don't all the way mean that. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I think sometimes people can kind of get that mixed up, and I can understand why. But I'm glad y'all broke it down. But even the last thing I want to say, Mr. Lucario, when that caller was trying to basically say that what you're doing is not the norm, you switch it around and say, well, if that's not my normal, then wouldn't it be the guy's normal that the girl cheated on me with? Exactly. Right. This is what I'm saying. Like, you see what I'm saying? I swear, it's like dudes want to live in this bubble and act like everything isn't connected. Because if I'm fucking all of these women who have boyfriends and husbands, their reality is some other guy fucked their woman, which means their woman wasn't monogamous with them. See, you know what it is, Mr. Lucario, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. You gotta look at women and people in general, not just women, but people in general. You gotta look at actions, not what people say. Right. See, a lot of guys be around women, and women go through that phase of, you know what, no guy's gonna treat me right. So until a guy treats me right, I'm gonna be celibate. Right. Or I'm gonna not do this or whatever. Right. Don't believe. Now, some women, they might go that hard. I'm not gonna put it past everybody, but a lot of women that would say that are still fucking they fuck buddies. Exactly. So I'm quite sure that my fuck buddies then told my fuck buddies in the past and told a random nigga that. Right. That they wanted to wipe them up, but then they coming to me. They ain't telling me that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, a woman can tell you something, but that don't mean that she's telling the next guy something. Right. I think a lot of guys. But I'm gonna be honest, Mr. Lucario, when you experience both sides of the spectrum, the simp side and the player side, in the middle, I think that's when you can see everything from a bird's eye view. Right. That's all I want to say, Mr. Lucario. Thank you for the opportunity.
Appreciate the call, brother. All right, let me try to get a 5502 on here. Shout out to K. Zach. He said, guys often cite that 70% of women file for divorce if women are naturally monogamous. Why is that? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes, I don't get it, man. Let's go to 502. 502 was popping. Who this?
Hey, this is Dan.
Dan, what's going on, bro? Did you donate?
Yes.
All right, that's what's up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, so shouts to you. I had a question about, I wanted to know what your thoughts are on NLP. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Is that, I think I heard it, what is it, neuro-linguistic programming or some shit?
Yeah. Right. Like, I wanted to know what your thoughts are with that, what your thoughts was on that when it comes to communication and using that as kind of like a way to communicate with people. I'm not really familiar specifically with what it is. So can you explain what it is? Like, what is the specifics on that? So it's basically just it takes a scientific approach when it comes to communicating with people. How you use your words. You can use your words in certain ways that can invoke an emotion into people. And the way you use it. So you can use a certain word in different sentences, and it'll evoke a different emotion within people. And it also is like more advanced things as well. Like I know some of it goes into how you can use the 5 senses, and it goes more into the person's mind as far as relating people to, you know, if you think of something from your past and say if it was something from your past that you had a negative emotion with, if you experience that in the future, like we're in the present right now, if there's something that triggers that, it'll trigger that emotion from back then. So it could be whether it's through your taste or smell, or, you know, maybe it's something that you hear, things like that.
So basically it sounds like it's kind of like, so it sounds like it's kind of like something where you say something, or you talk about a certain thing, or you have a certain type of conversation, and it may trigger a certain type of emotion out of a person, or something that might have been familiar to that person a while ago. It triggers that within them when you have a certain conversation or interaction. Is that kind of like what you're saying?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Right. I mean, well, I mean, I have to look more into it, but I would just say this is that, what is the actual point of it though? Like, what's the goal of that? You see what I'm saying? To even bother with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
so, I mean, as far as the point, I mean, when I started looking into it, it was more so on a communication, learning how to just more so communicate with people, and build rapport and things like that. Because I work in sales, and you know, it's very important to know how to communicate with people. But I was kind of just trying to figure out, you know, because I know communication, it's, you know, good in any aspect of your life, whether you're trying to talk to women or you're in business, or if you're just trying to communicate with people. So when I looked into NLP, as far as its, you know, its use as far as just talking to women, I mean, that's a good question. Like I said, I just got into it because I just wanted to kind of improve my communications, but I didn't know if you knew anything about it. That's why.
I mean, I would have to look more into it, but I never, like, I've heard of it, but I never knew what, like, I never really dug deep into what it was. Cause my thing is, you know, at the end of the day, you know, as long as you know how to communicate, effectively, then, but I'll say this, you communicate effectively, the more you know what you want. So therefore, if you know what you want, then you can communicate it, and then you can get what needs to, you know, what's going to come to you based off your communication. So I don't think you necessarily need anything else, because some of it too, it can sound like you could be like trying to manipulate a person, like saying, okay, I know if I say these type of words, this might trigger someone. So let me say this and make the girl feel this way so I can, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like some, like, almost like some PUA type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, that's kind of like what it sounds like. It's in that sort of realm. You know what I mean? But I would have to look more into it. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. No problem. Yes, that was pretty much the only question I had.
All right, cool. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I appreciate it, bro. All right. I think, Alex, you said you was trying to call up. So call up. Calling number 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901 is the number. Hit the donate button and call up, and we get that shit cracking. But yeah, man, it's you know, shout out to my dude, Coach Justin, in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Coach Justin. It's a bunch of bogus that died off 20 years ago. Man, that's crazy. The caller number is 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901 is the motherfucking number. But yeah, the thing is, man, you know, I want guys to understand, man, is that you don't need money to get sex. You don't need to do a bunch of shit to get sex. You just need to know how to interact with a woman, right? And that's going to inspire her to want to fuck you. It's that simple. It's really not that complicated. It's really not that complicated. See, what guys have to understand is that women think about sex as much as men do. Women get turned on by men who know how to interact with them and communicate. You understand? So if you're that guy who knows how to do this, then you'll be able to make the shit happen. See, I'll tell you a few things that I would do. I'll just give you guys some free game. Some free game of how to make this happen, right? Now there's a few things. There's a few things. You know what I'm saying? There's a few things, right? Now, one of the most important things first is you got to change your mindset. That's already the first fucking thing I always tell guys is you have to change your mindset. See, the way you think is going to be directly correlated to how you're acting, and then how you think and how you act is going to bring certain types of results to you. It's going to bring a certain type of energy to you. So imagine you're the type of guy, because I've seen this, I've read guys write comments about this, I've seen guys talk about this. Imagine you're the type of guy that says, well, listen, I'll be tricking because, you pay either way if you're trying to fuck with a girl. So, you're either going to trick or you're going to have to go on a date with a chick, right? That means that your mindset is of a trick. So therefore you're already, all the way far gone with that type of situation. But let me take this call real quick and I'm gonna get back into it. Let's go to 607. What's popping? Who this?
So this is Alex.
Alex, what's going on, bro? Did you donate?
Yes.
All right. What's going on? What's good? What's good?
So I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get girls, but I be tricking, and it's not really working for me.
Wait. Hold on. You said you can get girls, but you do what?
Be tricking. It don't really work well.
You say you be tricking?
Yeah.
So what doesn't work well?
It's like, because I can only do it like when I have money, and the girls don't really be into me.
Okay, so then that means you're not really getting girls then. You just getting women because you got money. So what's the issue? You want to get girls without tricking?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever tried to get girls without spending money?
Yeah.
So what happened?
I need more like practice, like talking to girls.
Okay, so what do you think you need to do? What do you think you need to do in order to get more practice talking to women? What would be the best option for you?
Talk to more girls.
Yes.
But I was going to ask you, like, how could I change my mindset? Because, like, from tricking to not.
Okay, see, you're going to need some coaching, bro, because you sound like you're so far gone that I can't help you just with this one call over the show. You need to actually sit down with me and get some coaching. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to bullshit you and try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing really I can tell you too much right now. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely would need some coaching, bro, because you sound like you're super far gone with that. You feel what I'm saying?
So, where do I sign up for coaching and how much is it?
All right, so go to MrLocario.com. That's my website, MrLocario.com. On the front page, it says 30-minute game session. Just hit that that link, and then it'll give you all the information. All right.
All right,
bro. Appreciate the call, man. Hit me up. All right. So that's what I'm saying is, look, first is the mindset. So even this guy that just called, if he's just always been tricking, he, hasn't really had any progress dealing with women without tricking, right? He needs to change his mindset about what it means to actually attract women sexually. So the first thing is that your mindset has to change, meaning you have to be the type of guy who thinks and believes that he can get women and get women attracted to him sexually based off of who he is. That's the first thing. You have to actually believe that. If you do not believe that, anything else I say after this is not going to work for you. You see what I'm saying? See, I talk about this in my book, How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day. The first chapter, I talk about becoming the man, being the man who thinks he can get any woman he wants. Does that mean you're going to get every woman you want? No, but you have to think and believe you're that nigga. You got to think and believe that every chick that you're talking to wants to fuck with you. You have to think and believe that every chick that's looking your way in your direction wants you. You have to have that type of energy, right? And so the problem is most guys don't believe that. Now, the thing is this. That belief has to stay there regardless of the outcome. So they're gonna be like, Mr. Lucario, but I can believe that, but what if some girl rejects me? It doesn't matter. Oh, she rejected me because she wasn't ready to get with a fly nigga like me. That's the mindset you have to have. You understand what I'm saying? So the mindset has to be there. The mindset's not there, it ain't gonna fucking work for you. Right now. Also, what needs to happen is that you need to be out there and actually interacting and talking with girls so that you get better at talking with women. When you get better at talking with women, you get better at flirting and building sexual tension. You cannot get better at flirting and building sexual tension until you actually go out there and talk to women. So this has to be something that you do consistently as a lifestyle, not something you do as a part-time thing, right? So the same way where if a person wants to get fit, get cut up, get the six pack, you have to eat right and go to the gym on a consistent basis. It has to be a lifestyle, not something you do part-time. You see what I'm saying? And then when it becomes a lifestyle, this is when it becomes easy. See, you ever notice a lot of guys say, Lucario, you know, it's just so much time and energy and effort to get with these girls, man. This is why I just be tricking and blah, blah, blah. Of course, it's going to be that much time, energy, and effort because you're making it something you do part-time and not a lifestyle. When you make something your life, it's something you just do. You feel what I'm saying? So it doesn't seem like you're taking time out to do it because this is what you do. You see what I'm saying? But let's go to, let me get to this call. Let's go to 831. 831, what's popping? Who this?
Yeah, chilling, bro. This Mr. Lucario, man.
What up? Hey, what's going on?
This Ben calling from Ghana, Africa, man. We're in the building.
That's what's up. Did you donate, though?
Nah, I didn't donate because I ain't got money to do it. I'm from Africa.
Nigga, I'm about to hang up. You better go and fucking sell some goats or some shit and then fucking hit that donate button, brother. This nigga talking about we from Africa, we ain't got no money. Nigga, Africans got money like a motherfucker. Don't let them fool you. You know what I'm saying? Talking about we ain't got no money. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I'm saying was that, you know, it has to be a lifestyle. What I mean by a lifestyle is this is something that you do. So the meaning that it's something that is part of what you do all the time. This does not mean you got to be outside hollering at chicks for 10 hours. This does not mean you got to be on fucking Instagram and Facebook for 6 hours a day. What I'm saying is that you, for example, if you go to the supermarket, the laundromat, you go to the gym, you go to go watch a movie, you go to the mall, whatever. In all these situations, there are women around, right? You can have conversations. You can just say, good morning. How are you? What's up? How's it going? Right? You don't even got to really holler at all of them as far as trying to get with them. Just be social. Make being social your thing that you do, part of your energy. Because when you make being social part of your energy, when you're at the club and you see the girl, it's not going to be hard for you to approach. See, the reason why it's hard for most guys to approach is because they're not social. So you're in an environment where you're trying to be social, but you haven't had any practice being social. You see what I'm saying? You haven't had any practice doing this. So the thing is that you have to become that guy who's social. Even talk to dudes and just be social. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? How's your day going? Cool. You at the gym? Yo, what's up, man? How's everything good? You know what I mean? Like whatever. Just be social. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Be social. Right? Because you want to condition yourself to be that guy so that when you talk to a woman you actually want to talk to, it's not a fucking special occasion. This is something you do all the time. You see what I'm saying?
Mr. Lucario?
Yeah, 522. What's popping? Who this?
Hi, my name is Javier from Mexico.
Javier, did you donate?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. What's good? What's good with you?
What's up, Mr. Lucario? Well, I've been following you for like a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
I used to follow other dating coaches, but I think you're the flyest one.
Mm-hmm.
I like your style and everything.
Okay.
So my question is, I consider myself a high value male because I've been working on myself. I've been working out.
Mm-hmm.
I have a six pack.
Mm-hmm.
I have a social media following.
Right.
I like my lifestyle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really easy for me to attract women, but it's really hard for me to keep them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think my game is not tight enough. And I've seen some of your videos in regards to good-looking men.
Mm-hmm.
Game.
Okay.
But I don't know why it's hard for me to keep them, you know?
I'll tell you why. It's real simple. It's hard for you to keep them because from everything you told me just now, right?
Yeah.
You sound like the average guy, right? You're the high value guy because every nigga's a high value guy now, right? You go to the gym.
Yeah.
There's a lot of niggas that go to the gym, right? What else you said?
Yeah.
You're a good looking dude. There's a lot of good looking guys, right? So
I got some.
You got a 6-pack. There's a lot of guys with 6-packs. so what I'm saying is, what is it about you that's different than all the other guys who have 6-packs, who have a good social media following? Like what's different from you? What can a woman get from you that she can't get from anyone else who has the same exact things you just mentioned?
Well, I think I'm learning game and I'm practicing game like every day, even though I know that I consider myself good looking and girls tell me that I'm good looking, but I know it's not enough because watching you has taught me that it's not just about money or status or everything that people think you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm trying to find that thing, and I think it's just working on my game, you know?
So what does it mean to work on your game? Tell me, what does that mean?
Well, for me, it'll be to keep approaching women, learning, talking to them, going out and later on.
No. You ever hear us say that the game ain't about women?
Yeah.
Right. So,
no, actually, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the game is not about women. So you say, okay, I'm working on my game by approaching women and all that other. That's something that you can do as far as something outside of understanding yourself. This is why I asked you, what makes you different? Like Miles Cunningham said in the chat, he said, "Who are you?" Like, who are? Yeah. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you watch comedy?
Yeah.
Okay, who's your favorite comedian?
Well, it's not a comedian, it's an actor. I like Adam Sandler.
Okay, so now, perfect. Adam Sandler. Now, isn't there something about Adam Sandler that's different than other comedians?
But yeah, I guess.
Right,
I don't know
there
exactly
is.
Where it is, but
right, there is. And see, the thing is this. What makes you gravitate to Adam Sandler is the difference between him and everyone else who does comedy. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So what I'm saying is that you can have a bunch of dudes who are comedians who do comedy, but what makes you gravitate to them, there's something about them that separates them from everyone else, something that's unique about that particular comedian. Same thing with a rapper, actor, artist, whatever. Some people like a specific rapper. There's a reason, there's something about them. Like, for example, one of my favorite rappers is Tyler, the Creator. Now, the reason why I like Tyler, the Creator so much is because something about him where he's super creative with the music, but also his personality, he just seems like a guy who just is being himself 100%. You feel what I'm saying? And that's something that I respect.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that, and what happens is the reason I gravitate to that is because I see that also in myself. So what happens is because I see that in myself, this is part of what makes me like him as an artist and as the person he is, right? So what happens is that when you're dealing with women, right, they're not gravitating towards you because they don't really see any value in you because you haven't seen the value in you. You haven't seen anything that makes you uniquely you for that woman to also see that thing. Because once you see that thing that's uniquely you, that's what's going to come out in your interactions, which is what she has to grab onto, which is what she has to hold on to. You see what I'm saying? The problem is a lot of you guys, you're being so cookie cutter. You guys are like fucking, y'all are just like fucking mannequins. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all look nice. You got the clothes on, but there's nothing inside. So then there's nothing for the woman to fucking want to keep seeing. There's nothing for the woman to want to keep fucking around with or to keep wanting to deal with you. So that's what I'm saying. You have to spend time with yourself to understand who you are and what that is.
And so what happens is once you understand that, that's when you start talking to women, interacting with women, and you do these things with women where women are going to gravitate to you and want to keep fucking with you because they realize they can't find that nowhere else. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the thing. But right now, you're just like everybody else, bro. You have the same, even the fact that you're saying, well, I'm a high value man. What does that even mean? What does that mean to be a high value man?
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
You're talking. Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting, man.
No, you're good. But this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I can even hear it in your voice. In your voice, you don't even sound sure of yourself. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to use, because see, this is the thing. It's not about like, there's no like right way to be. And if there is, the only right way to be is to be you. Because what happens is that by you being you, you attract the right women to you. You attract the women who are about what you're about. And then they get attached to that. See, right now, they have nothing to get attached to because when they meet you, it's very surface level. That's what I'm saying. It's just very because again, you're saying things that you've probably heard on YouTube, like high value man, which isn't really anything that describes something about you that makes you unique. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing about you that, and what I'm saying is all these little things about you that make you you is what makes the woman admire you. You understand what I'm saying? And right. So that's the thing. So you got to spend some time with yourself and try to, this is why you got to get on the masculine identity membership, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Go to masculineidentitymembership.com. Get that shit cracking. Hit up Miles for some coaching, man, because I'm telling you, he could definitely help you out too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mr. Lucario.
All right.
So it's more than just game, right?
No, it's all game. That's what I'm saying. That is the game. The game is about you. The game is about you.
Okay.
It's understanding you. Once you understand yourself, everything else falls into place. This is what we're trying to tell you. So what I'm saying is you don't really understand yourself yet. You're just saying buzzwords. You're just saying high value man. I got the looks and I got status and I got Instagram and all that other shit. That's not really about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just surface level bullshit. That's not the thing that makes it women say. Go ahead.
I feel like as I was getting the things that I wanted, like achieving the things that I wanted, like my dreams, my goals, I started getting more confident with women. I started getting women, but I'm not able to keep them, like you said. Right now I'm at the point where I'm happy where I'm at, where I'm heading. Because I'm 22, but I need to do what you're saying.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to spend time with yourself to understand who you are, what you're about, and be brave enough to be that and express that. That's what, like, for example, so let's say you have a guy, right, where let's just say, I don't know, let's say he likes to watch old movies from the 80s or some shit, and he also likes to play video games. He also likes to fucking play basketball. He likes to talk about history. He likes to, like, all of these things make up, what he's about, right? And that comes out in his personality, comes out in his energy. Let's say he likes to fucking, crack dirty jokes or some shit. So he might say a dirty joke to a chick and the chick might be laughing like crazy. And she's like, oh my God, you so crazy, you so stupid. And that makes her feel good being around him because he can do that. You see what I'm saying? So she's associating all these things to him. So if she goes out with another guy, she can go out with another guy, but she'll be thinking about him in certain situations because the other guy doesn't compare to him because the other guy is like every other guy. This guy is this guy. She's already become accustomed to what he's about and who he is. But that's because he spent time to understand what makes him valuable. He spent time to look in the mirror and say, okay, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. This is what I want to do. This is what I don't want to do. And then he went in that direction, regardless if a woman wanted him or not. That's why I said it's not about the women. It's about you doing you regardless of the women. But that's what makes the women gravitate to you because they start to see the type of man you are. And then they want to be a part of that interaction. They want to be a part of that energy. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that they start to see themselves in the situation with you. But they're not going to see themselves in the situation with you if they can't see you. And they can't see you because you can't see you. You don't even know who you are yet. So this is what I'm saying. You have to see you first so that you can present you, so that they can see you. They can see you shine. And then they're like, oh shit, this guy is the fucking guy. And that's what makes them want to keep coming back for more. It's like this. If I wanted to, let's say the person was like, hey, I want to invent a restaurant. I'm going to call this restaurant McDonald's. We're going to sell hamburgers, but our hamburgers are going to be called the Big Macs. And then somebody says, oh, this is McDonald's restaurant, looks cool. Let me go try this out. Oh, wow, what is this, a Big Mac? Let me try that. That tastes great. Oh, wow, I really like how this McDonald's, this Big Mac tastes. I'm going to keep going back to McDonald's because I like how the Big Mac tastes. And then they're going to go somewhere else and they're going to go to another restaurant and then they're going to be like, yo, you got Big Macs here? They'll be like, what the fuck is a Big Mac? And then the person will be like, shit, I have to go to McDonald's to get a Big Mac. This is what I'm saying. You have to be the McDonald's that serves the fucking Big Macs. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to figure out what restaurant you are. You have to figure out what you serve. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, Mr. Lucario, can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know you're running out of time, but like for example, what you're saying before, I used to only approach like regular women that I didn't really find super attractive, like what I really wanted. And then at one point in my life, I was struggling with them. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start approaching the girls that I actually like the girls that I actually consider super pretty, that will see myself doing something together, you know? And then I started doing that and I started getting better results. Like I'm still not quite there where I want to be. Like what I'm saying, I have trouble keeping them. But I feel like they respond way better, like the pretty girls, than the ones that I didn't like as much.
Right, but that also is after the fact though. You jumping ahead. You don't even got to think about that. What I'm saying is that you have to focus. Right, you have to focus on yourself first. Figure yourself out, and then all of then those type of women will start to actually gravitate to you and want to stick with you more. See, what you got to understand is this. You let's say, for example, you having a 6-pack, working out, you having a good social media following, you being a good looking dude, all of that shit is great, but that's the bonus, right? Like you eat cake, right? You ever eaten a cake before?
Excuse me, I didn't know.
I said, have you ever eaten a cake in your life?
In kinks?
Cake,
no.
C-A-K-E, cake, C-A-K-E. Have you ever eaten cake?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
no,
you've never eaten cake in your life? You never had a birthday cake? None of that?
Cake?
Cake, yes, C-A-K-E, cake, yes.
I've eaten cake.
Okay, now, does the cake have icing on it?
Yeah.
Okay, now, usually you don't eat just icing. You don't take a bottle of icing or a container of icing. Usually you just don't go in there and eat icing, right? Usually you eat icing on cake, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So what happens is your 6-pack, your social media, you being good looking, that is icing. Who you really are is the cake. This is what I'm trying to say. So a woman is not going to stick around for icing. You see what I'm saying? That's what you have to understand. So what happens is that you have to figure out what you want and you got to figure out who you are. That is when the women are going to gravitate to you and stick with you. You see what I'm saying? They're not sticking to you because right now you're just icing. And they don't want to eat icing. Just icing. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
So do you think I'm kind of boring? You think you would say I'm boring or I don't know what I'm about and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, what I'm saying is right now, what you're saying is that you're just a cookie cutter version of just regular. You're just like, you're the same as everybody else, meaning that you're basically the average guy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So even with the fucking, with all the I got a good social media, I look good on it. That's still right. That's still surface level. That's still icing. So what I'm saying is that
because sometimes you see guys that don't have anything that pull the
Right.
The hottest girls.
Exactly. And that's because those women see the actual value in them. You see what I'm saying? The actual value is inside. That's why we say the truth is inside you. The actual value is inside you, not outside you, inside you. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the thing that makes you stand out from everyone else, which makes you unique to that particular woman, which makes her it's like she almost has no choice. If she wants the experience of being with you, she has to what? Be with you. She can't get that experience anywhere else. But who are you? If you don't know who you are, then there is no you there, really. You understand what I'm saying? She can't see who you are because you don't even know you are. So what the fuck is going on? All she sees is the icing. You understand what I'm saying? She's like, oh, he has a nice car, he has money, he has, he's fit. That's cool, right? And that's cool for a little while. But what happens is that it's shallow. So what happens is because it's shallow and that's something that everyone can get or has or can attain, then there's nothing special about it. Because another guy could have a nice car, another guy could have a 6-pack, another guy could be just as good looking as you. So then therefore, there's no reason for her to stay with you because she can get somebody else who has a better car than you. She can get somebody else who has a better social media following than you. She can get with somebody else who's more fit than you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You get it?
All right, I'll call you.
All right, bro.
Well, thank you so much for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, brother. All right. But yeah, that's the thing, man. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all be missing the point, man. Listen. All that other shit, that's cool, but that's not anything that's going to make shit stick. It's not. It's not. See, a lot of people are playing a surface level game. You understand? They're playing the game on some surface dweller shit. Shout out to Steve the Dean. That's why he called dudes surface dwellers. Because you got to get real deep into the situation. You got to dig deep in order to be that attractive. You understand what I'm saying? This is why when guys be tricking and all this other shit, it's like the problem with tricking on a deeper level is every time you trick, you're telling yourself and the woman that you are not valuable. You understand? This is why I find it hilarious with passport bros. Because what it is that you're telling them with your entire energy that you're not valuable. You're saying, I have to fly all the way over here to see you. And I have to use my money to get with you or be with you. So would a guy who sees himself as valuable do that? Fuck no. You wouldn't do that. If anything, if you're like, well, the chicks over there are more submissive, cool. Well, let's test this out. How about you go on Tinder, holler at these hoes from Brazil, and tell her punk ass to fly over and to come see you. Right? If you're such an awesome dude that she's really fucking with and she's submissive, why don't you get on Tinder, tell her Brazilian ass to get on a plane and come see you in America? That'll be cheaper for you. Tell her to get her own plane ticket and come see you in America. You see what I'm saying? But see, you got to be a valuable motherfucker for a chick to want to do that, though. You see what I'm saying? But if you're going all the way over there to see her and spend money on her, then she's like, well, I'm the valuable one then. You see what I mean? So, it's crazy. But guys, you want to call up, call-in number is 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. Let me see what this question's saying. So, Lucara, when you with a chick and you're, what?
D rose from head, but didn't, as you weren't about to get down. You find this chick attractive. Could it nervousness? This never happened to me before. It's a charge or it's okay. What? I'm confused. I'm confused. Are you trying to say you couldn't get it up? I don't know. You got to rephrase that or call in. You got to rephrase that or call the fuck in. I have no idea what you're saying. Hold on. Is this monogamous?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Corey, I got one question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I remember maybe like 3 weeks ago, right? There was a great point that you and Miles hit on. And one of the points, I remember you said you was going to do a live stream on this soon or whatever. And that's be a great, because I think I could even learn from this or whatever. But you were saying that a lot of guys don't really know how physically and sexually they're attracted to women. You see what I'm saying? And when you don't know, then that can kind of cause you to feel like you can't be yourself. And that's why a lot of guys try to be like other guys and focus on look, money, and status rather than focus on themselves.
Right.
And you will find the women that really, you know what I'm saying? So will you be doing that show soon or one day? Or
we could definitely do that at some point. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. Because the thing is, a lot of guys, well, again, a lot of dudes don't really they don't see the funny part is that a lot of guys don't really understand if a woman or women, they don't understand if women will be attracted to them, because they're in a loop of negativity when it comes to dealing with women. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that they're, instead of focusing on themselves and then being that guy who they are, right? What they're doing is that they're trying to be other people, or they're trying to do what they think they're supposed to do, or they're trying to get looks, money, stat, whatever the fuck it is they think they need to do or to get. They're trying to put that in the forefront in order to get a woman. But the problem with that is that the reason why they're not being themselves is because they actually think themselves is not worthy. They think who they are isn't attractive in general in the first place. So if I'm not attractive, then I need something that can attract, which is, well, maybe I need to get my money up, or maybe I got to go overseas, or maybe I got a trick, or maybe so all of these other things outside of themselves, they think they need to do because they actually think who they really are is not attractive. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
Right. So they never tap into who they really are. Yeah. It's like they never take the time and say, well, let me be myself and find women who actually fuck with the type of guy I am. And so what they'll do is they'll go out, they try to talk to chicks, they get rejected by 2 or 3 girls. Now they're upset, they're pissed off, they're angry, right? They're frustrated. And then so now either they just bitch, moan, and complain, or they try to find shortcuts to get something going in a certain direction. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's terrible.
Yeah. And you know, Mr. LaCoria, I even have a testimony to that. Like, I remember when I was younger, right? See, Mr. LaCoria, I was never a guy that had like a problem with getting women and, you know what I'm saying, smashing women, even when I was, a teenager or whatever, right? But the one thing that I used to do, because, even back then, and I can understand being young, because you don't know yourself at 16, 17, so you're trying to figure it out, and then you're looking at outside sources, so you're looking at some other guys that pull more women and da-da-da, you might think that you need to be this and be that, right?
Right.
So there'll be some times where I'll smash women, and I'm smashing women, right? But I would still be second guessing myself on why does she like me? You know what I'm saying? Right. I used to, and that was a very insecure, even though I was smashing all these females, there was still some insecurity that I still had to overcome, or there was still some growth in me becoming a man that I have to overcome, right? But once I overcame that, Mr. Lucario, now I'm in a space where I can not fuck a woman, and I know in my mind that I can fuck. Like some women I'll be around, I work with or whatever, I'll be around, and I'll be like, man, she look I'm in a relationship right now, bro. Because if I wasn't, bro, you'll be sauteed in a coconut oil right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, but it's me knowing myself and me knowing. You see what I'm saying? So a girl don't even have to tell me that. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Right.
So it's just that. But I even, I had to go through that. But thank you, Mr. Lucario, and that would definitely be a great topic.
That's what's up. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. All right, let me see what these questions is saying real quick. So Lucario, you heard of this new term called Sigma man. I mean, yeah, they've been talking about Sigma males
for a while. You understand what I'm saying? But my thing is that, you know, it's everything is about balance. You understand? So I feel like Sigma male is more like just a term where guys are trying to use for they want to be called alpha males, but not really. You know what I'm saying? So let me go to 732. What's popping?
Hello.
Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Oh, hello. Hello. I donated. My name is Rick.
So what's going on, Rick? What's going on with you?
Yes, I just want to give like out a statement. I just want to say that I really like your content. You know, I've been following you for like almost 2 years, and I just want to say that do not trick guys. It's not good or anything like that. It's just that, yes, the first couple of times when you trick, it makes you feel good at the moment, but it's going to make you feel bad in the end. I promise you. And then next thing you know, it gives you this dark purpose saying that, hey, if I trick on this girl, then it'll be more easier for me to get this girl. But the thing is, once you trick on this girl, she won't respect you at all. And then after that, she'll use you without, giving her, without giving her the box and everything.
Well, I mean, the thing is that, again, like I tell guys, is that when you're tricking, right? What it is that you're telling the woman and yourself that you have no value. So you're making the money talk for you. You see what I mean? And so what you're doing is that you're also putting pussy on a pedestal. Because you're saying, I want pussy so bad that I'm willing to pay for it. And the reason I need to pay for it is because I'm not attractive enough to get it without paying for it. You see what I'm saying? Like it's so much things that's said when you do these things that guys don't understand.
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true indeed.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So you got any other questions, anything?
No, that's it. I just want to just give a statement out. Like I said, don't trick, it's not good. That's all I gotta say.
All right, bro. Well, appreciate the call, my brother. All right, let me I'm gonna kill the phones in a second. I'm gonna just answer these questions and then we're gonna wrap it up. All right, so this one says, what does it say? What about when Steve says that being yourself sucks? When does Steve say being yourself sucks? I never heard Steve say that. See, and when y'all say stuff, you gotta put shit in context, because he might have been saying that to somebody who who was trying to be on some loser shit. Because there's a Lucari, is that Richard and Millie watch? Nah, this is like a guess watch and shit. Let me see. It says, is it okay to get my passport to preserve my freedom because you and the crew said Amazon taking over the United States? What are you talking about, man? Y'all motherfuckers funny. What do you call a man that always knows the right thing to say to everything? There is no right thing to say to everything. There's only the thing you want to say in any situation you're in. You understand what I'm saying? Just be you, do you, say what you want to say, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't hurt nobody, then you're good. Says, how do you be yourself, Lagar? Go to masculineidentitymembership.com, hit up Miles. He'll get you right. You said, is dating overseas meaningless? No, anything you want to put meaning to, you can't. Everything's meaningless. So you just put meaning to whatever you're trying to do. Ain't that wrong with dating overseas? See, there's nothing wrong with dating overseas. The thing is that you have to be honest with what you're doing. So a lot of guys are like, yeah, I'm just going over there because I'm trying to find my wife, but they're not. They're going over there to pay for pussy. If you're going over there to pay for pussy, just go pay for pussy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's it. Just be honest with what you're doing. Like, you don't got to lie to yourself, because once you lie to yourself, then you on a whole nother level of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But guys, remember, make sure that you guys get tickets
to the Game Kings 2 Definition of a Man seminar in New York City, April 2nd, with myself, Miles Cunningham, Taekwondo, Kerry K. Zaggin, and Rom Wills. Make sure you guys go check that out. You don't just get the
fucking privilege of being pretty in my world. No, I decided.
Women are allowing most guys to earn the pussy instead of you allowing her to earn your non-sexual attention.
A woman is beautiful, bro. I'm the one that put her in position to shine.
Yeah. That's what's up. So listen, guys. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you guys also go to badboymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. And we will holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out. When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.